Hi everyone. Hello. Sorry, I'm a little bit early. I know, but look, Miss Layla was just now, and she was sitting up as well. So I thought, oh my goodness, I need to get started. Here she is. Look. Hello, Layla. Hello. So I won't say anything for 2 minutes. Only Layla. Okay. Cats, Layla. Okay. Layla. Oh my goodness. Oh, this is too hot, really. Why do I do this to myself? Oh my goodness. Yeah, she was ready. She was ready like 10 minutes ago. I need to take this off. I need to take this off. It's too hot. Oh, that's better. Right, everyone. Okay. So, yeah, it's like everybody's here. You've started, and now I'm going. Oh my goodness me. Right. Okay. And I have just realized something. So, while you're all doing the live, I am going to be crocheting the square that's going to be coming out this week. Yes, I have no example to show you. Oh my goodness. So, yeah, I'm going to have to make one quickly. Bye, Paula. Oh, wow, Sharon. Fabulous that you got your packs. Oh, Julie. Well, no, of course, I know you can't crochet and type. I can't crochet and type either, which is, of course, why I have to make use of this time. Look at this, what happened. So I've got to deal with that as well. Oh, my goodness. Actually, Kathy, it is not. It's going to be a very exciting week on the channel because one of our moderators, Zoe, not only did she come up with that fabulous colorway for that baby blanket, and people have loved that colorway. Yeah. Oh, here we are. I'm there. People have loved that colorway, and so she then turned that into a baby blanket using the star square, right? So we love the colorway, so I use it for the star square as well. But then okay, let me continue, but I have to count first. So I'm going to do my counting. Don't interrupt me, okay? Honestly, I said don't interrupt. Okay. Okay. That's all I needed to count. So, while she was then making all those starburst squares, she was like thinking, I want to make a different square. I know. Or trying to interrupt my counting, honestly. Oh, wow, Sharon, another boy. Great. So you can do it a little bit color coordinated. That's fabulous. And so she started experimenting, and she took the Anna, the star square, and she turned it into a lovely little different square. So I have got something to show you, but I can't. How should I say it? You'll see later on. It doesn't work out. So, um, the way that little square is, she I have put it together, but it doesn't really show you what the square is like. So just now I was sitting here, I'm thinking, yeah, that's all very well that I've got that to show them, but I can't really well show you how the square is made. And I did this in a different way than I usually do. So I asked Zoe if I could use the square, and I asked Zoe if I could make the tutorial for the square, but I did not make the blanket. Zoe did, because it's her square and it's her idea, and it's for her really. So she went and did the footage as well of the square. So I am going to, yes, I did the tutorial for the square, so the video, and I do show you how to put it together, but the blanket itself and the footage of the blanket, the little lookbook footage, Zoe made. And oh my goodness, she had such fun going and filming that. And of course, we had to come up with a theme for it. And we wanted to sort of, what does it look like? What does it say to us? So it was really, really exciting to be working with Zoe on that. And it's split a bit. And so that was fun to do that. And then of course I was waiting for her footage, and it was like she had the weather hasn't been that great. So she and her husband did then go out to film, on a day that it was reasonable, and it was so windy. Her husband had to hold on to the blanket while she was filming it in certain places. So she experienced all the all those experiences that, we go through as well about when we go filming. So that was great fun. But of course, I need to show you the square. And I can show it to you, but it's a little bit, yeah, it's a little bit difficult to explain. So I am just going to make it while I sit here and talk to you. Yes. Oh, yes, everyone who is arriving, thank you everyone so very much for joining in. I am making a square because I need to show you an example and I haven't got one. So in the video, it's a collaboration. It's Zoe and myself making a tutorial, but she made the blanket and I did the tutorial basically. So, you know, we work together on that. But more about that later when I finish my square. Oh, everybody's saying hello, hello, yes. Oh my goodness. So really, now you know what's on my hook. I didn't plan this like that, but never mind. I'm going to ask what's on your hook, Layla. She woke up then. What's on your hook? What are you making? Are you You know, are you making some, because I can see a lot of baby blankets coming past here. I've already seen so many baby blankets being made. I've got, oh, a capelet, fabulous. Kathy, I'm amazed. Wow, the Rihanna poncho, and of course, yes, panel one. It takes a while, but it does work up quite quickly because, of course, you are doing big stitches, tall stitches. Fabulous wind spinners. Yeah, the Gold Hill shawl, V-stitch blanket. Always a good one, isn't it? Summer haze. Yeah, that's become such a. And you know what else? Oh yes. Ah, Bridget, yeah, I'm addicted as well. Very much so. Here we are. Mm. Oh my goodness. Another summer haze shawl, grandson's birthdays, blankets, tree skirt, yes. Gold Hill shawl, yeah. And you know what else is a classic almost on the channel? It's the Rachel shawl, the Rachel scarf. I mean, that was one of the first ones. Yes, Claudia, good plan. That was one of the first ones that I sort of gave a name. And when we started the Facebook group, all of a sudden I realized that people are actually making the Rachel scarf. Yeah. And it's a thing, the Rachel scarf. Everybody knows what it is. It's two balls, it's straightforward, and it's a great shawl. And I know Christine, one of our moderators, she's made quite a few for presents, and I think they make such glorious presents. Also, because of course, if you know the colors that your recipient likes, so easy to make you know, so easy to make a shawl with that, two balls. And if you know the color of their coat, you could make it, oh, there's hair in there, you could make it so it goes with their coat. And I've done that before, making sure that the Rachel scarf was chosen or was made in colors that goes with the recipient's coat, and it was just a hit because of course it went with it. Oh, fabulous. A present for, yeah, isn't it great that we can make presents like that? I think it's wonderful that we can take a ball of yarn, a hook, and that we can actually create something that we can give away as a present. And, yes, Christian, I saw your blanket. It's glorious. Yeah, the May pack, fabulous. It was a really, really nice. That ripple, what pack was that? That the May. Oh yeah, well, hang on a minute. The granny squares from the May pack. Yes, those are so lovely when you make granny squares with those. I think Zoe as well made those larger squares in it, and just fabulous, fabulous. Oh yes, Tracy. Yes, but you also have to have the kind of people to give it to who appreciate it. I think anyway, because very often some people might not appreciate it, and then it's hard for me to then make a present for them. Like all the time that we spend making it in our crochet. If I think they're not going to appreciate it, then I do find it hard. But sometimes when I am determined, I just make it, and I don't care. I think, right, this is what I'm making for you, and whether you like it or not, I'm going to give it to you, and to me, that's fine. Oh my goodness, make him a hat. Oh, I haven't seen that one, Linda. I'm going to have a look on the Facebook group later. Hexagon, yeah, hexagon blanket border. Yeah, interesting make, interesting make. Yeah. Hello from France. Hello, Monique. Yes, the tree, the wind spinner. Yeah. Oh, it's lovely to read all about your makes and what you're doing. Hi, Beppie from the Netherlands. Hello, hello. Goedenavond. Soap bags. Yeah. Corinne. Yeah. A coffee inspired. Do you mean coffee with all browns and, you know, tell me? Or are you dyeing it with coffee? You know, coloring it? Oh, I hope I'm not making any mistakes here. This is, proper trying to do two things in one go. Oh, it's lovely, isn't it, Diana, if they appreciate homemade gifts? Yeah. Oh, hello, Mona. Ah, the picnic blanket as a lap blanket. Very good idea. So what are you going to do? Just choose a few weeks and just put them together, or maybe just do one and two. One and two, and then put a few more squares on the end so it's a rectangle. Oh, okay. That should not have happened because not only am I quickly making this square, I need this ball for something else to do with Lizzie. Yeah. Now, I know people can't keep up, but that's of course because I don't know. It feels like I'm posting a lot of big projects these days, but I've done them. I think I do them because you're see during the time when you're doing a cal, I get to do these bigger things as well. So I get to work on it. And although, yeah, the last cal has been a while, I don't know. I just keep going. Actually, okay, what's on my hook? What's on my hook? Um, I'm not going to say what is on my hook, but I'm going to give you an idea of how many projects there are. A couple in my head still, which I'm trying to work out. 3 on my hook, I think. No, 2, because I finished the third one. I've got to think now. And then I've got, of course, I am already, should I say it? I am already thinking about the new cow. Oh, wow, Claudia, that's fabulous. I love it's great that she loves the channel. Yes, Zeni, that's exactly what I thought. It's lovely. It's different, isn't it? The bag being attached and it making it so nice. Um, actually, I checked, Bridget, I think. No, I haven't finished, but I don't know what did I say what it was going to be because I changed my mind since then, I think. See, this is what happens. I start working on something and then all of a sudden I think, hang on a minute, I should do it like this or I should do it like that. So then, of course, you've started something and then I try to rearrange things. And yes, sometimes it works without having to redo parts. Sometimes I do have to redo things to make sure that what I've turned it into works for the video. You know, I've just made something, right? Kiranjit, I haven't actually said what I'm crocheting. Okay, I'm being very. See, that's the thing. If I say, yeah, I'm working on A, right? Then very often while I'm working on that particular A, I might change my mind. And A might turn into B. And then I might have to redo the video for A to finish A, and then redo another video for B, doing the beginning of B because I turned A into B. Okay, that's probably far, far too complicated. But yeah, I am prone to change my mind. And that's why very often I don't like to say, oh, I'm making something. And then I keep saying, what? The blanket? I keep saying blanket for the 1 September. Okay. Yes, Karen is still not very well. She's sleeping a lot. So these days we just sort of one daily update, and all the rest I think she's just asleep. So we are keeping her in our minds. Exactly, Linda. Exactly. And also, I mean, what does it matter? I might have to chuck away a square or two, but even then, I can still use it, or I can, it doesn't really matter. The main thing is to try, and if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. But it was something that I was making, and in a way, I was going against my own principle. I'll explain when the video comes. I mean, it might be a long time before this video comes out, if it ever does. But I will explain. I think some of you know that I like, and now I'm giving a lot away. I like wearables in one color. And I was making something and I was using different colors, and it didn't feel right from the start. And I thought, this is a wearable, and you're doing something that you don't normally do. You're going against your own principle of wearing a wearable in one color, of making a wearable in one color. So I was like, so there, I try, and then it doesn't feel right, and then, you know. Kathy, the Edith. I think I sewed in the ends wherever they were. I don't particularly make sure that they're on one side. I just sew them in wherever they were. So I had a load to do on one side and another load on the other side. Mind you, in that video, I did make sure that they were all on the same side, so I was able to just do it and film myself and not having to turn the blanket. But no, normally, yes, I mean, normally, if there is a back or a front, I do make sure I sew in all my ends on the back. But sometimes, sometimes you can't tell really. So there's no way of, knowing where I would put them. So I just do them wherever they are. Yeah, that's the Edith blanket behind me. So this is the Edith blanket. And I was going to remove it, put it away. But Ophelia there had other thoughts. She likes it being there under her sofa. And then this is the Lizzie cowl. And that's the cowl that's going to start. Oh my goodness, Gloria, that is going to take a while. That's like a Ruana poncho that you'll have to make. Problem is, you can't really say how long it's going to take anyone to crochet. You don't know how fast they crochet. You don't know how difficult the pattern is. You don't know how much time they can spend crocheting. So if somebody says, "Oh, you crochet a blanket in a month," well, yeah, I can crochet a blanket in a month, but that does mean Dirk is cooking the whole month. And that does mean I have to work on that every night because obviously I also work, you know? So I just wanted to make sure you were not slacking. Thank you, Kathy. So can I crochet? Why do I have to have goggles on? Why would you want to crochet with goggles on? Yes, well, Ophelia was in timeout on Friday night. See, Friday night is crochet night, and now that the now that the evenings are getting darker again, it's just lovely to on a Friday night. I really look forward to that. I just sit in my sofa, have all my little twinkling lights on, find something to watch on Netflix, and I just watch it. And I watch another one, and then I just sit there until I fall asleep, basically. And I'm crocheting, of course. So of course Layla comes and sits on my lap because I've got the blanket, and we were watching. I think what I can't remember what we were watching anyway. There was I like my period films, series with costume drama type thing, and so I was watching that, and Layla was sitting here, and all of a sudden, without any warning, Ophelia was sitting on Layla's back watching the video. And I'm like, what is happening here? Let me show you a picture. Oh, memories. What is that? And I was like, hang on a minute. What is going on? Look. Can you see her sitting there? On her back. I mean, look, here they're watching together. See? Look, there's Ophelia's hair, there's Layla, and they're looking at the video, at the camera. Uh, the camera, at the computer. I mean, honestly. So yeah, I had to intervene. Layla said, "Oh," Ophelia said, "Oh, I'm quite cozy here," and I'm like, "What?" Hi, Anna. Hello. So yeah, those were the antics on Friday night. So I had to curb that in. So she's been sulking in her chair ever since. Oh, it's funny, isn't it? I mean, it's a bit of fun. It's fabulous. So yeah, and so I really enjoy doing, sort of Friday night crochet night. Got my pajamas on and everything. So yeah, it's lovely. I'm looking forward to doing more Friday night crochet nights, and those are the evenings that I do get quite a bit done because I tend to start after dinner. And then continue until, well, Dirk goes to bed because he has to get up early on Saturday, but I just continue until I basically fall asleep, which is, don't tell him, but it might be 1 o'clock or something. That was about the latest. I mean, I know that's not late for some people, but for me that is late. Yeah. Aha, right. Yes, last warning. No, no, so if you're no housework, no dish, this is it. You can't tell anyone really how quickly they can do a blanket. It all depends on your own, so many factors, how much time you have, how much sleep you're willing to sacrifice, you know I've known I've known, um, I've been known to actually do 2 cals in one go. So I used to do the Attic 24 cals, and one year I did two colorways. And so that means that you have to so that means that you have to do 60 rows a week. And yeah, I did them, but it meant, all weekend, every evening. And then if I didn't do every evening, then on Thursday evening to get ready for the Friday release of the next pattern, I stayed up on Thursday night to finish my rows, because I wanted to be there on Friday ready for the next lot, because I knew that if I didn't, I would never finish it. I wouldn't have the discipline. So this is also the thing. You have to have discipline to actually, do a project, make yourself do the rows, and make yourself finish that blanket. Yeah, Anna, indeed. Yeah. So I was doing this was just one stitch. So once you know it, that's it. You just do it all throughout the blanket. That's not how my cals are built. My cals are different. There is a little bit more thinking about it, but there is repetition. There is the mindless crochet as well, but not in every row. No worries, Fiona, that you're late. Oh, what am I doing here? Oh, yeah, going into there. There we go. And guess what? I have finished the square. Yeah, the Moreland blanket. Yeah, I did that one as well, Sylvia. But the problem with the Moreland, I mean, that was my first sort of proper blanket cal that I did. Problem with the Moreland stitch is you have to count every time it was not mindless. Count, 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 count. Every 10 stitches. I remember 10, 10, 10. So yeah, you were just constantly counting. And I got through that and I was glad I did, but never again. Never again. Um, so yes, thank you, Bridget. I realized that, how shall I say it? The mystery cal was different. Of course, we had squares, we had rows, we had rounds, and that was different, but I wanted it to be different. I wanted to, to do that. And of course, here with the Lizzie cal, it's again rows, right? It's again rows, but it's not one stitch that is repeated throughout the blanket. There are repeated rows, of course, because otherwise I like the element of mindless crochet. Yes, Patricia, exactly. It's calming. It's 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 one of the things that I want to do in the channel. Like for example here, simple stitch, nice to do, mindless in certain places and not mindless in others. And that's what I want to achieve, certainly also with the Lizzie cal. There will be familiar rows, there will be new rows every week, and those rows will be repeated that week. And then the next week there'll be new rows. So I think the how should I say it? The way we put together this Lizzie, oh God, my brain is the testers really loved the way it worked, the way the system worked, and the way I kept them wanting to. I kept them wanting to make make the actual blanket, make the rows. So yeah, that was nice. So anyway, right, we have here. How long did that take me? Well, 30 minutes, but normally when I'm not talking and I am not doing a live. I can do this quicker. This is the new square that Zoe came up with. Isn't it darling? Look at this square. Oh, hi, Brenda. Hi. Don't you just love this square? So, it's a smaller version of the Starburst square. 24th of September. No holes. Look, there's no holes. It's not meant for a square. It's not meant it's not meant for a star, right? So we've got the holes around. We've got the holes going through like this, and then you do the square, and then look, it has its own dainty border. Look. Hang on, where am I showing? Here. Look, it has its own dainty border. Isn't it cute? It is so, it's a lovely little square to make. Did you see? I made it just now. So once you know this, you will be making this square. And Zoe and I have called this the container square. Now, why have we called this the container square? When we looked at Zoe's blanket, it looked like stacked shipping containers, like the back of stacked shipping containers. And of course, Zoe lives in Antwerp. It's a big port. So we called it the harbor blanket. So the baby blanket is called the harbor blanket, and the square is called the container square. So yeah, I loved this square. When I saw it, I was like, "Oh, Zoe, you've got to send me that." No, I didn't do it like that. Obviously, I asked her, and she, of course, said yes. And so, why should I do all the work when someone can come up with this? Zoe came up with this. It's fabulous. 24th September, Corinne. 24th, right? So let me now finally show you the mini blanket. See, this is how she's put it together. So she then used the dainty clusters to put it together as well. But of course, this doesn't show you properly what the square is like. So the square is rows, and then you go round it once. And it's just so easy. So there are going to be there's a tutorial which will show you how to do the square, and then of course also how to do the how to do the joining, the continuous join. And I think Zoe did a really, really lovely job. She used the Orla Keely colors, and the blanket looks fabulous. So Zoe, you're here. I would like you to, in a moment, if you still have a picture, do put a picture up in the Facebook group of your blanket, and then sort of say then that it's going to be coming out on Wednesday. So yeah, again, these squares, um, hardly any yarn. They don't weigh much. Only 2 ends. So again, you could make this, great, Zoe, make it from a pack, but also make it from your leftovers, I think the square weighs 5 to 7 grams, maybe. So not much at all. Like you could see just now, actually, I came up with the idea of making this square 5 minutes before the live started. I didn't even look up, I didn't have to look up the pattern. I could still remember it. Patricia, you have got to try it. Look, okay. I've got to sit myself up for this. Okay. Patricia just said, I'm afraid of the continuous join. There's so many things in our hobby that sometimes we think, oh, I can't do that, or I'm not doing that, or that's too difficult for me, or whatever. Look, do this. Make 4 squares, right? Put them together like this, like I do in the video. It will all click. So try it small. Try it small. So this hardly takes up any yarn. Make one, try it. Make a couple more and try and put it together. Try it small. I cannot tell you how many things I try out. There is so much that I put in my little box there, or that I even put in the bin, or that I'm trying and I undo and do it again. You have got to try it. Oh my god, no. I mean, it didn't take me long to do it. I quickly had the hang of it. But if I never tried this, it wouldn't have been a video. It wouldn't have been so many people are making this. This is, entrelac. It's this way, this way. It's a system, I know, but I didn't want to make the little squares, the C to C. I wanted it to be big ones, but I couldn't quite work it out. So one day I just sat down and I tried. What would happen if I didn't try? Same thing with this. Look, I made this one as a trial because, of course, there was the Ophelia, and I thought, oh, let's just try it. And I made this one. It was a little trial, worked out so well, and exactly like I said in the video. While this is entrelac Anna, this is entrelac. Entrelac is where you put the squares together straight away in a sort of rotating fashion. So do go and have a look. It's the Edith Blanket, this one. And it's exactly what I said in the video. While I was making this, I thought, this looks really nice. Why have I not got this? Why have I not got this? That's okay, Jan. That's okay. As long as you, I don't mind. Of course not. Yeah. The continuous join is a technique. It's out there. It was not my invention. Whoever invented it, who knows now? But it's a way to crochet your squares together. I put it in my cal because I thought it would be that was the join as you go. Sorry, I'm getting confused now. But no, continuous join, it's one of those things. You need to have these techniques up your sleeve. And if you don't try them, you will never know. It's like mosaic crochet. It's like the double border that we will be doing. It's like Tunisian crochet. It's like trying a bit of amarigu. Amarigu. Okay, we're not going there. Amigurumi. Oh my goodness. Yeah, it's like the granny square. When I started taking up crochet again, I'd never made a granny square. And that was like my first. I thought, right, that's it now. I'm going to go and find out what this granny square is all about. And I'm going to make one. And oh my goodness, I fell head over heels in love with the granny square. So, voila, Linda. Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Oh my goodness, bye. But do you see what I mean? You have got to try things. So don't be afraid. How should I say it? It's only a ball of wool that you might be ruining. Okay, yeah, sometimes, um, that might be very costly in your eyes, but to me, if it gives me an experience, if it gives me some practice, if it gives me the fact that I've tried it out, it's worth it, right? Because yes, it might all end up in the bin, but also it might end up being my next big thing, my next project, my next mania, the next tutorial that's really popular. So, we all have to try new things. And if we know that we're just going to waste maybe one or two balls of yarn, I think it's worth it. I think it's certainly worth it. So, okay, what am I doing here? Hang on. Let me sort this out. Let me put this back. Oh, yes, Ophelia, yes. There we go. Oh, hello, Veronica. Well, Michael, are you watching this because Veronica is watching? Well, welcome to the group, and I hope you enjoy the broadcast. This shawl is called the Gold Hill Shawl, and at the moment it is far too hot, so I am going to put this a bit. Okay, so this week we have coming out Zoe's blanket, the harbor blanket, and it's the container square. So please do go and have a try of a container square. And even if you make this as a trial, I'm thinking maybe I could make another one and have it as a little cushion, or even, give this to Layla for her bed, something like that. But of course, Zoe made the whole blanket, and so you will be seeing Zoe's footage in the video. So that will be exciting as well, because of course it's a little bit different. It's in the port. There's some, sort of industrial backgrounds there for you to enjoy as well. Okay, there's my hook. Make sure I don't lose my hook, because that would be a disaster. Okay, so the blue, which blue? This one, the blue spinner. Isn't that storm blue, isn't it? That's the color storm blue. Oh, yeah. I'm like, okay, this is mustard. And this is storm blue and duck egg, of course. And then I think this one is cream. Is it cream? Yeah, it's the cream one. Yeah, Diana, the little shawl it's the little Ophelia shawl, I think. Is it called the Ophelia shawl? No, this one is storm blue. Okay, thank you for that. I forget to tell you these things. Okay, so now 24th of September is creeping up on us. It's the 5th, so there's 19 days. 19 days. And then, of course, our Lizzie Cal is going to be starting. So I hope that you are ready for it. Well, there's not much you have to do, of course. There is the Lizzie pack for sale on our website, so do go and have a look at that. If you are wanting to use your own colors, fair enough. 15 balls. The colorway or the list of colors will be on the blog on the Friday, the day we start, so you can quickly have a look at that. So, this is now, of course, I've ruined the ball. I'll have to take it up. But do you remember in the information video, I said that you needed a spare ball, a leftover ball, something just leftover colors, something, it doesn't matter. Um, and whatever color, DK preferably, you will need. So I'm just going to remind you of the fact that you will need this. You do not need it for the blanket itself. You just need it for during the tutorials. Okay. So start putting something to the side now. Okay. So you have something ready. Do it in your favorite color: pink, blue, purple, um, mustard, yellow, whatever color. Yes, William, I think it's a big winder project now. It was reasonable before I started crocheting with it, but of course, yes, it, it looks like it has a hairband on. It's got his sunglasses on. Yes. Okay, we're going too far now. She's talking to a ball of yarn. Anyway, so okay, so do make sure you have a spare ball of whatever leftover color from some other project. I mean, you don't need one color. If you have lots of little ones, that's fine as well. But please do not use your cal yarn for it. Now, what I'm now going to say is dangerous. You could possibly use your cal yarn for what I'm going to suggest, but I don't want you to risk it. Okay, I don't want you to risk, because if you then end up not having enough for your blanket, then it's all my fault. Okay, so get yourself some leftover yarn as well to go with your Lizzie, so you can use that when I instruct you to. Okay, right. Yes, some of the things are not to be repeated, William. I am sure that they are not to be repeated. Oh, okay, Ashley, go ahead. We are fine here. We'll look at the question, and if I don't want to answer it, then I won't. Paula, look, look, brand new square for you to try out in your May or your June pack. See? I provide lots of projects and lots of entertainment. I can keep you busy. I can keep you busy. You know, new blanket coming out this week. Now, the second video, of course, is the name tag. Do you remember I made the duck pond blanket, and I put it all together with a spinner, and I folded it nicely, and I put a name tag on there as well, because I thought it was a nice extra surprise for Amelia, for the baby. So that video is coming out on Friday. So in those colors of the duck pond blanket, the neutral baby pack that we have, and so I thought it was a nice addition to the to the present, but also I think it's a lovely thing to make, um, you know, for Christmas. If you have it around, if you make one for every member of your family, then you can put that around their Christmas, um, presents. And then you can put it maybe around their Christmas stocking, something like that. So, you know, yes, Ivy, I am working on that as well. The bottle holder and cell phone holder, wasn't it? Yes. That's what that's one of the projects I'm working on. Yeah. Sharon, again, if you've never worked with, did you say you had the pack? If you've never worked with this DK yarn before with a smaller hook, then it is certainly worth trying something out. Make a little square. Make a pattern that you are familiar with, like a normal granny square, and just, do it. It's like with anything. If you're like, for instance, here, you're using the DK, but then with a bigger hook. And I find, oh my goodness, those first few stitches, it goes wrong. But then slowly, and it gets better. Your hand gets used to the movement that you have to make, and off you go. So yes, it's you can get used to anything. You can get used to the smaller hook with the thinner yarn, but you can also get used to, you know, the bigger hook with the smaller yarn as well. So yeah, Patricia, exactly. Try it. You again, practice, try it. And again, hi Tracy, not to worry. Deborah, for me, it was a 3.5 for that yarn. So make sure. For me, it was a 3.5, of course. But it depends on what hook you usually use for that yarn. And I do say that I use a 3.5. It's prescribed as a 4, so I don't know. Maybe you are better using your 4. Ashley, that's the problem. If I say yes or no, then everybody else is going to want to do that. So we are thinking about how we can do that maybe next year. Okay. Yeah, Sylvia, exactly. Try the hook and feel what your fabric is like that you have created. And do you like it? You remember, I have a friend in Belgium, and she's also called Anja. She also crochets. She was in primary school with me. And she also loves crochet, but she says I'm better at knitting because knitting, the fabric I create is nicer. When I crochet, she goes, it's as stiff as cardboard, That was her expression. I was like, okay, I understand. Let's have a look at what you've crocheted. So I gave her a pack a couple of years ago. I gave her a pack. I mean, not some that I was saying. I bought it here, gave it to her. And she started off making the blanket as prescribed in the pattern. And I remember she drove up one night. She drove up one night to me one evening and she said, look, this is what it looks like. Look, I told you it was cardboard. And I was like, okay, let me feel it. What have you done? What hook have you used? And yeah, she was using the prescribed 4 hook. And it was stiff as a board, her crochet. It didn't feel nice at all. So I suggested to her, why don't you change your hook? Why don't you use and I straight went to the 5. I think she uses 4.5 or a 5 or a 5.5 even. She said, okay. She looked at me like, The next evening, she drives up my driveway, comes to me and says, Anja, look, it's lovely. It's soft. It's lovely. It's so nice. I love crochet, she went. So it's just a matter of trying it out. And she didn't realize that you could just use the hook that, that made the fabric to what you wanted it to be. So, and since then, she's made, 2, 3 blankets. She's made the autumn walk. She's made, what else? She didn't do the mystery card because she was a bit busy elsewhere. But yeah, I mean, she's made loads of things. She's posted in the Facebook group loads of things that she's made. So I'm so happy that I was able to tell her, why don't you try a different hook? Make sure that it is the fabric that you like? And off she went. So it was lovely to, but of course you have got to try things out. Yeah. Archview condominium. Yeah, 4.5 hook with the SDD. Never. If I was to use a 4.5, it would look like this. So 3.5, perfect for me. And yes, I have to say that in my videos, of course. Yes, exactly, Tracy, exactly. If I'm angry, I'm like, then your tension is different anyway. So, do you know what I mean? You have got to try things. If you don't try it, then you will never know. And what's again, this seems to be the theme of tonight. What you don't try, you don't know. And why not try it? It's not going to, you know, to waste one ball of yarn is not going to be much, is it? So that's what I'm always thinking, if I try something out and I think it worked, certainly it was worth trying it out with some yarn. And if it didn't work, it was also worth trying it out, because then at least it didn't work. See? Okay, right. Yeah, so some people, my mum as well, I think my mum uses a 4.5, I can't remember now, but I think she uses mm, exactly. So I have to use a 3.5. My mum has to use a 4.5. I know Julie has to use quite a bigger hook, but we've done sort of little samples. I've got a video on that. You see, there is a video somewhere where I try out all the hooks, but with the same yarn. And you could do that. You could easily make those. If you have your whole set of hooks, you take one ball and you make all the little samples. Make a little square, make a little circle, or make a little granny square, and just see what the difference is in size, what the difference is in how they feel. Can you poke your fingers through the stitches or not? Can you see through? Do you know what I mean? It's fabulous that is an exercise in itself to do. That video, I mean, I thought, sometimes I thought, why did I make that video? But it's so useful for you to know, to try it out. Exactly, Sharon. Good for you. Good for you. At least you feel productive. At least you feel like you're achieving something. Yeah. Yes. So if you crochet really tightly, go up a hook. If you crochet more loosely, like me, then 3.5. So in the videos, very often I also say I had to go down a hook side, I had to go up, I had to do this, and then I do give you the instructions for how you should think of this as well. If you normally go for a 4 for DK and I've gone up 2 sizes, then you have to use a 6. I would have to use a 5.5, for instance. Yeah, because that means I go up 2 sizes as well. Yes, there is a video about the swatch. Yeah, do try and find it if you can. But it's a good exercise to do. Good exercise to do, worth wasting the yarn, but it isn't really, because it's building your technique, it's knowing your tension, it's knowing what you can do. Like this shawl, of course, it's way, how should I say it? The yarn was not prescribed for this hook, but look how lovely it looks. It's lacy, it's loose, it falls nicely around you. But then this one here, look, it nearly stands up, because of course I used a 3 and I did it really tightly so the stitches would be as small as possible for her little shawl, because that's what I wanted to achieve. I wanted to get a little shawl. But this, look, this, is so stiff. It's cardboard. It's stiff as a board, This one is floppy and all soft and lacy and lovely and soft. See? Exactly, Beth. Exactly. Yeah. Yeah, Mary Jo, if you have all the sizes, do try the do try the samples, because it's worth doing that. And it's worth just like, I keep looking over there, but I've got sort of a little project box there. It's worth just keeping them in there, maybe even put a stitch marker in them, attaching what number hook you used, something like that, so you can go back in and think, oh yeah, that's what I want to achieve, that's what you know Yes, I know, William, she will require a softer one, but that means that, yeah, but do you know what I mean? It's difficult to size it down to her size, then we're going to this. And also then I would have to change the yarn. And, she's difficult enough to work for anyway. To work for. Oh, she's difficult enough to please. Okay, so that is what we have coming onto the channel this week. So Zoe's container square blanket, the harbor blanket, and then of course we are also towards the end of the week. We have Yes, I know, Crafty Chats Cafe. I could use a thinner yarn, but that means I would have to go and find some in my stash, and I don't think I have any. So I just wanted to limit myself to using the DK, because most of you do have that as well. So we just, keep it like that. She's happy. She's happy enough. Okay, now on the channel, on the thumbnail, I also wanted to talk about 11,000. Did you see I put in the title of today's live? I put 11,000. And I'm like, what could that number be? So, because of the big, yes. So, what do you think the 11,000 is? Let's have a little guess. Yes! Yeah! Lee, exactly. Over the month of August, 11,000. 11,000. No, not in a week, Julie, not in a week. Thank goodness not in a week. But over a month, we had 11,000 new subscribers. It was. Angel! Oh my goodness, that would give Dirk a heart attack. Angel, if we ever sell that many packs, then you will have to start working for us, because we won't be able to we won't be able to keep up. No. 11,000 subscribers was amazing. In 1 month, 11,000 subscribers joined the channel, started watching things. So many people joined the Facebook group. We've had such a boost over the month of August. It has. I personally come and fly you over, he says. Yeah, she'll have to come and help us, won't she, Doug? So we are so happy. And yes, of course, we passed that 80,000. We passed the 85,000. It was just impossible to keep up. But what I am, I can't promise much these days, but I am working on that project that I am designing for the 75,000 giveaway. I am working on that. Might take a little while still. It's just amazing. So I'm so grateful for everybody who has joined. It's just been wonderful. We've had such a, you know, such yeah, the dynamics on the channel were just amazing. In the Facebook group as well, the comments were also lovely. So yes, we've had a fabulous August, and we will see how it goes in September. But of course, it's lovely that come on, Layla. That of course we are now looking forward to the cal starting, and of course with that influx so many people have found out about the I know, William, I know. My brain is trying to catch up. It's, because that 100,000 is inside now. It is so inside. It's unbelievable. Unbelievable. So, yeah, I mean, in beginning of August, I was relaxed. I was like, oh yeah, 75,000. I love the number 75,000. That's why we did a giveaway. So relax, cool as a cucumber. Here she is, 75,000 subscribers. Fabulous. Another 25,000 to go. We'll see when it happens. But to then have like 11,000 just, added like that. Just wonderful. Just wonderful. Daryl, that dress is one of my medieval reenactment dresses. And oh my goodness, no, I'm not going to do a crochet version of that. It's like a floor-length dress. Oh, thank you. I know, but it's coming around so much. I am not the cool person I was in the beginning of August. I'm, overexcited already. Yes, of course, Sarah, there are people here who are just getting up because, of course, it's their time to get up. So, again, welcome to everybody just joining us. We are nearly going to say goodbye. And of course, this live stays here on YouTube for you to watch after the events. And don't forget to leave a comment also below when you are watching this, because will be able to see the live chat, but of course you can't participate in it anymore if you see this afterwards. So thank you for everybody who has subscribed. Thank you for all the new names I see appearing here, for all the people who are just joining here for the first time for their lives. It's just such a wonderful thing to have on the channel. And yeah, we are looking forward to the cal starting, of course, here. But of course, before that, we have another little baby blanket idea designed by Zoe. And why should I try and design something else when she's done such a fabulous job? So you will see some of her footage from the Antwerp harbor, the port of Antwerp. When she went there, and she took some lookbook footage there. So there's going to be lots of it in the video, of course, because I loved the way she did it. So look forward to that. And of course, we also have the tag, which was not only great for a baby blanket present, but also for Christmas and for all kinds of uses. Thank you, Trina, sorry, thank you. Right, everyone, have a lovely week. Next week we will be yet again closer to the cal, so there will be more cal talk, of course, next week. I'm getting really excited. Claptrap, Wednesday. The container square comes out on Wednesday. I know, Tracy. I know. It's so exciting now, isn't it? Not that many to go because we're already 87,000 or something like that. So it's getting there. We're getting there. Ooh. Right, everyone. Now, of course, she's sitting here and sitting up as well. Look at that. Yes. Are you happy here? Happy, happy? That was quite the antics, wasn't it, on Friday evening when Layla decided to sit on your back, hey? Right, everyone. Thank you, Pam. Thank you. Have a wonderful week, and I will see you all next week. Well, you will see me, and I won't see you. Bye. Bye-bye, everyone. Bye. Layla. Layla. Say bye-bye. Bye-bye. She's thinking. It's Layla vision. Mm. 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 Interesting. Right. Let's say bye-bye. Bye, everyone. Bye.